I'm literally coming in and I'm adding fibers right underneath my own lash. Welcome to Lashify Lash School. I'm your teacher, Sahara Lotti. Don't be bad. I'm very good on camera, bro. Okay, so here we go. Are we recording? Okay, so lash class. Lash class, let's get to it. Sometimes I'm gonna come on here and I'm not gonna have like hair and makeup. It's just gonna be me being me. Because really this is about education. Teaching you about the DIY lash extension system that I created. If anyone ever says my lashes just fell right off, it's because they're not placing them correctly. So we're gonna teach you in this tutorial how to place the lashes exactly where they should be. And I'm also gonna go through the technology of Lashify so you understand why it doesn't damage your lashes. And that's it, let's get started. First things first, do we have to start from scratch? In order to get started with Lashify, you're gonna get yourself a control kit. The control kit has all the elements that you need. Are we sure that I look cute? Apparently, I'm the textbook version of neurodivergency. Okay, sorry, look, I just pulled an alligator out of my... So apparently, I'm the textbook version of neurodivergency. I Googled it and it's true. Yeah, my technology, my obsession was PBT. PBT is a thermoplastic because PBT, you can mold it, you can heat it, you can form it, you can make it do a lot of things. Acrylic copolymer is also a form of a plastic. Those two things are attracted to each other. I just had to throw that out there. So anyway, so let's come in and we're going to do placement. So if you have very, very light lashes, you're going to come in and you're actually going to use the bond to build up your lashes. That's if you have very, very light lashes. So what I mean is shortness doesn't matter with Lashify. What matters is that you have some lashes to hold on to. Okay, so right here we're coming in, we're using the black side of the Whisper Light, and we're just adding some bond. And if you come close up, you can see that my lashes are now separated. Now, if I want to wear them for the day, a couple swipes of bond and that's good. If I want more longevity, I'm going to come in and do a technique. So let's come in and do what's called frosting. This is usually quite fast. You're going to take this bond, you're going to kind of draw a line underneath your lash line, and that's going to basically be exactly where you're going to place the Gossamers. You're then going to come in and you're going to brush upwards, and this is called frosting. Okay, when you have the right amount of adhesion, the Gossamer lash is immediately going to click on, and that's what takes us back to the thermoplastics because they're attracted to each other. So I'm going to do a second coat of that, okay? And if you put too much white, no big deal, just brush it through. Now remember, if you have really long lashes, try to avoid the tips. You always really want to put bond on the base. If you have really short lashes, you can brush the bond all the way through. Okay, so here we go. Now, all right. So in about, I don't know, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, the bond is going to be completely clear. And when it's completely clear, that's when we're ready to apply. When you first start, please take my advice on this. You know, this is a whole new technique. So what you want to do is you actually want to practice 3 times before you sleep with them. Because even though I invented Lashify starting in 2016, if you look at my pictures, when I was applying my own samples, they were like not placed in the correct area. They were right on my wet line. You know, even though I invented, I didn't get it, if that makes sense. I had to come in with the steps, and one of the most important steps is you take the Gossamer lash and you apply it 1 millimeter above the wet line. The wet line is this pink area right here. we're going to start with the plushie. Let me tell you about the plushie. If you look at my notes from 2016 and then you look at my photos, the first sample of Gossamer lash that I ever made in 2016, it looks exactly like a plushie. And so it took me a few years to get that lash mass produced because it was kind of a complicated lash. They're all complicated until you get really good at it. So I'm gonna come in with the plushie. I'm gonna choose a plushie 12. Now remember, a 12 is a great length because you can really use them throughout your lash without looking crazy. Like the inner corner of a 12 doesn't look bad. I want you guys to see how gorgeous this thing is. Look at that. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like flares. It's really just stunning. So now we're gonna come in and I'm gonna show you, taking the wand off. I'm going to show you exactly where to apply it. So I also want you to know that this plushie lash is thin, maybe thinner than a piece of paper. So you're going to come in, okay, and you're always going to be looking down in the mirror when you first start. Again, if you look straight ahead, it's too hard. You're going to look down in the mirror, okay? You might want to lift your lid. Can you see me? Mm-hmm. Okay. You're coming in and you're not applying it there. It's not on the wet line. It's actually, if you pull up 1 millimeter, look at that. Do you see? It's 1 millimeter above. The reason that's important is because the Gossamer lash will immediately connect to your natural lash once it hits it. So if you were to like pull it up, it'll go, but it's important that it's 1 millimeter above because when you're tearing, when your eyes get moist, if the lash is directly on the wet line, it never fully cures because there's moisture all the time. So they'll just slide right off. So if you ever feel like your lashes are getting gunky, that's moisture. But when you're applying them 1 millimeter above the lash line, which is what I teach, you'll find that it doesn't do that gunky thing. So the only lash that you can apply close to the wet line is our Grip Tex lashes. That's another episode. This is placement. Remember something, you can apply each Gossamer side by side. When you overlap, that's when you're gonna get a full, beautiful look. Each lash that I design has a different way to be applied. And the plushie looks best, ideal, when you overlap every single Gossamer. So you're gonna come in and you're going to overlap maybe 1 millimeter as well on the side. So you see that? And then when I'm happy with my placement, I can fuse down. But if I'm not happy with my placement and I'm just brand new, I'm not gonna fuse down. Because if I fuse down, it's kind of like there, right? So we're coming in again. Once again, I'm gonna show you how not to do it. That's wrong, okay? I'm gonna show you how to do it. This is right. Okay, for all those people that want me to make a magnifying glass, I totally do. I can't see very well. I think I might need some light. Does this have light?
No, remember. You said you didn't need it.
I lied. Please keep going, so let me just finish it, because I can do it quickly. So do you see how this one might be a little bit low? I can actually pull it up. So remember, this is flexible bond, so you can play with it, right? Here we go. Pulled that up a little bit. Now I come in again. And once again, here we go, placement. And now I'm using all 12s right here. Let me see. I don't like this. I don't like this. It's really hard for me to see. Let's get a new mirror that's plugged in. There's a new one downstairs. That's insane. Okay. We're doing the which one? We're doing the A's, B's, and C's. I don't have any. No, I changed my mind. I blame it on being a Gemini. So, 1 millimeter above the lash line, you're also going to apply the lashes. If your lashes are growing that way, you're going to apply the Gossamer that way. Does that make sense? So watch, I'm literally coming in and I'm adding fibers right over or underneath my own lash. So 1 millimeter above the lash line, supremely important, okay? You can, so we start everybody, by the way, with the A's. This was my first lash I ever made, the A. It's still our most popular, isn't that crazy? And we're giving people really good deals on these right now. So come in, and once again, I'm gonna overlap a little bit. And the way that I'm angling it is actually creating a little bit of a wing. Because remember I said you wanna apply it the way that your lashes are going. So that's how my lashes are going. And so if you don't like where you placed it, you can just pull it up a little bit. Very, very important that it's 1 millimeter above the wet line. Otherwise, moisture will constantly, sorry, I didn't turn off my phone. I'm like so easy, oh, I don't know. Okay, anyway, this looks really good. So these are, what are these, 14s? Can you guys see this? Let's go back to the neurodivergent part. My head wants to explode. This is a really good application. So now I'm gonna come in with the 12. Where's my 12? Okay. Remember, you really need all the sizes. You really do. It's paint. You need all the colors so you can make the great stuff. A12, love, love, love. Okay? We're coming in. Boom, boom, boom. 1 millimeter above the lash line. 1 millimeter. You don't have to do 2 millimeters. It might look a little Craytown. Okay, here we go. Look at that. And then in the inner corner, I recommend going up just a little bit more because the inner corner is, you know, the inner corner is finicky. Okay, so I like what I did here. So I'm coming in with the fuse control wand and I'm fusing down. And once I fuse down, it's like we got in a commitment, except it's not that hardcore of a commitment because we can still break up. It's very important. Okay, this looks really good. So now, if I wanted to be really all, this is 12, I would get an A10 or an A8 and put it on the corner. Oops. Here we go. Look at this crinkly sound. When you open a Lashify package, you're like, it's just, it's like you're like, oh. Ready, hold on. I'm literally an ASMR influencer. Okay, look at this gorgeous little A8. 8 means it's 8 millimeters. So I'm going to take this tiny little gorgeous thing. Look at that, if you can see it. I don't know, I'm just doing what they show on YouTube videos, okay? And then I'm gonna come in, and because it's the inner corner, and the inner corner is a finicky, persnickety, snickety doodle, we're going to come in and we're gonna add a little more bond, right? Where it's white, and then you're gonna overlap. So it means you're always going to overlap the inner corner. Overlap the inner corner. Overlap the inner corner. That's how you remember. So we come in, white, it's white, so we don't apply. We have to wait, I don't know, where did my blow thing go? I had it, oh, here it is. I'm one of those people that things are right in front of me. I'll like go around the house screaming for my phone while I'm on the phone. Okay? I have issues. I know I have issues. Okay, so here we go. See that overlap? Still a little white. Oh, I want you to see how it didn't just latch on? It's because it's still wet and I was being impatient. And you can invent this thing and still do stuff like that. So even though I'm like the utmost expert of applying the underlash DIY lash extension that I made, I screw up all the time, you know? And some days I feel like I can't do anything. Sometimes I'm like, how did I even do this? But that's totally normal. You cannot be hard on yourself. this is a system that allows you to make as many mistakes as you want because you can fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have any fear of putting on lipstick, right? Because we can take it off. Same thing. So here we go. Overlapping, pushing it up, 1 millimeter above. And it's important for me to show you exactly how. So if you really look close, you'll see, you can see all my roots, basically. You can see the roots of my natural lashes. If you look really close, that's what you want. You want to be able to see the roots. No need to cover the root, okay? So then we're going to come in. And again, you don't have to do a full fuse. I just happen to like to. Boom. Okay. And you remember I told you that thing about blinking? That's how you know it's really on. Blink it off. Still a little light right here. Cute, right? Okay, good. Should I do this eye too? Do you want me to show you how fast I can do it? Okay, no, I want to show off for a minute. Can I show off? Okay, you guys, I need to show off to you because I'm just that kind of, I'm like the kind that's like, watch how long I can hold my breath in the water. Okay? I want you to watch this. So let's just add the bond. So if someone's like, how long does Lashify take? No, really. Starting. Can you start the timer? Okay? Start the timer. When are you starting the timer? Let me know.
Now.
Wait, no, don't start the timer yet. Let me have them pulled out. Okay? Don't. Okay? Okay, ready? Set. Go. Okay, connecting it on. Shit. Connecting it on. Connecting it on. All right, do one more at the end. Did I do it? I need more. Hold on. I need another one. But anyway, that's how fast I can do it though. Do you see how, but see, it's not about how fast you can do it because now I want to make it better. You know what I mean? So when I first started Lashify, I think I told you guys this. I wanted to make it so that you could apply them all at the same time. And then I realized that was really dumb. Yeah, here we go. Gonna come in. I'm using actually this eye. This hand, I mean. Did you know that you can go like this too? Like over the bridge of your nose and do this eye? Okay. So now if I want, I could come in and get really detailed by using a really short one on the inner corner. So once again, I always come in when I do the inner corner and I add just a little more bond. I always do this actually. So now that I think about it, any set I do, when I'm ready for the inner corner, because it's usually the last that I do, I always add a little more bond. Okay, gonna wait for it to get tacky. Tacky is important. Okay, now we're coming in. Boom. Overlap. Go up a little higher than you normally would. Come in and fuse down if you like your placement. Reverse fuse and done. Okay, so now we have, yeah, this looks good. Okay, so we have A on both eyes. This one I did really quickly. This one I took a, couple minutes. This one I did, how long was it, Logan? Like 30 seconds? 23 seconds! 23 segundos! You're probably wondering how I got this incredible look, and I did it by stacking. So in this episode, or moment, or few minutes, we're gonna be talking about stacking.